like what was your overarching reason for deciding to like because we've talked about it before, I haven't done it this way. For getting started in like losing weight, like what is it that pushed you to do it?
To see myself in the mirror and not really like what I see. Know what I could do, what it can look like. But most of all, just to know if I continue down that path, if nothing changed, where would I be with my daughter? I started off having I'm a late bloomer. Had my first kid at 30, 36, 37.
Yeah,
So I got some time. She got some time. She got to grow up. I got to be there. So I got to
right.
make sure I'm doing everything possible for me to be there for her and my wife. Make sure I'm here and not just leave them just because I made bad choices because I couldn't stop eating this. I didn't want to work out. That's a bad father. That's a bad father to me. You
Mm,
just couldn't stop eating. You just couldn't start working out to be active, to be present. So that was one of my main focus. Just make sure that I'm doing what I can to be there longer when, you know, people in my families died at 50, 60 something, or whatever, I want to make sure they're for the longevity, doing what I can at least, make sure.
right. Awesome, awesome. Um, and then I just kind of came along at the right time. I was just like, this guy kind of put me in your path at just right time, right place, right?
Yeah, that's what exactly what it was. I was going to say, what made you, because I was going to ask, like, what made you come up? I already knew what I was going to pay, regardless, whatever. I was going to say, so how did you value your work to make the program at the price you did?
Um, so because it's something that um I think serves a bigger purpose, um, I was comfortable with it. Like I feel like for what it can accomplish, and that answer that you just gave has is like, doing it for your family, being available for your kids to be able to be present and have that real fatherhood feeling. Um, I think that's just super important. Like the reason I even got into the field that I'm in, strength and conditioning and working with athletes, is because I wanted to give them the opportunities that I felt like I maybe didn't have um, growing up. Like I wanted to impact youth going into the future. And as I went along, like I'm realizing, okay, I'm helping these kids at this point, but I could probably help them. Like I could probably help even more kids if I can get dads to like you said, if you change your lifestyle automatically, now that your wife is changing, the way that you guys talk to your daughter about health and nutrition is changing. Like you're branching out and kind of spreading out these ideas. And I think in our community, especially, there are a lot of people who have just kind of followed in like whatever everybody else is doing. We just, we have these traditional ways that we are and that we eat and how we take care of ourselves, and like if nobody changes it, like if it doesn't come from the patriarchs in the family, then we just continue to do those same things, and we have high blood pressure and hypertension and like those things that are just taking us out at an alarming rate. If we don't do anything about it, like if I don't at least try, like I'm obviously not going to touch everybody, but if I don't at least try to get out there and provide something for guys to try to take control of their life and take control of their family, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And I just felt like I had that's what I was supposed to do at that time. You know what I mean?
Because I was looking at the same time, looking at all the other stuff they had with was that the beach body, and they coming out, other people coming out with a whole bunch of groups too. So I was like, okay, I just wanted to see where you was on how you felt your wealth was and all that. I knew where I was going, no matter what the mass is or whatever. But
Yeah,
because everything is done with a purpose and plan. But I just
right.
wanted to ask you, how did you determine your wealth and the worth of your program?
So if you're talking like in terms of price, I think skin in the game and investing in yourself is always a way to like get people serious. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
if I was like, yeah, guys, I'm putting together this program and I'm gonna just give it to you, right? And I just like, you know how that works, right? Like you don't really care about it like that. It's like, oh, well, it's free, whatever. Like I like if I
Yeah.
get this shirt for free, you give me a free shirt, that's the shirt. I'm hooping in that shirt. I'm washing the car and I'm cutting the grass in that shirt. If I go to the store and buy a shirt, I'm like, oh man, I gotta wear this shirt somewhere. Like I can't this ain't can't be a throw around shirt. And it's the same way. Like something as serious as health and fitness, if you give it out for free, people just won't. Like they just like they don't care. They don't care. They don't stick to it. You know what I mean? Like it just and in all honesty, you're making an investment in yourself. I mean, the progress that you made up to this point it was already worth it. You know what I mean? It was already worth the investment. Like you've already not only physically but mentally started making changes and thinking about what it is you need to do, what adjustments you need to make. Like you're looking at your week with intention. You're planning your meals out ahead of time. You're forward thinking, which maybe you would have, Beachbody would have done that. Um, but maybe not. Like I have Beachbody and I don't use it. We pay for it and it's what I mean, like just because sometimes I don't feel like programming for myself, so I was like, okay, just give me something to do. And it's a pretty good program, like they have some good stuff on there, but like for the most part I don't use it. I keep the membership just in case I want to throw on a video every once in a while, but I don't use it because the investment is so cheap. It's like, it's there, it's cool, I'll do it at some point. You know what I mean? I'll get on it every once in a while, but it's not as important to me because I don't put value in it like I should. And it's not that I don't put value in myself. I don't put value in the program because the program didn't cost that much value, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I got you.
So, yeah, yeah. Um, I had another question for you. What was like if you had any, I don't know if you had any, did you have any like anxiety or apprehension like prior to starting the program? Were you nervous about anything?
No, not really. Just if anything, working on budget, just seeing how like maintaining a budget with the food and is that going to incorporate trying to eat healthier with what we're doing budget wise, finances
Yeah,
always kind of working on that, body
right.
body straight, financial straight, all that. So just trying to make sure that's the only thing we was talking about, man, how much is this going to cost me food wise
Yeah,
with us doing this? Because it's like I said, it's easy to eat. It's cheaper to eat bad, but when you're really trying to do stuff, most times, because $5 hot and ready, that'll feed me for 2 days. $5, but these chicken breasts and stuff, especially just time just going out shopping, especially when it's with like vegetables and stuff like that. You don't want to get them too early where they go bad
right.
fast and rotting on you and all that. But yeah, that's the only thing I probably was thinking about. Like, okay, when can I get this? Don't want to get this too early. Just making sure it fits in my financial budget. I think that
And
was
how's that working out? Is that going well?
it's close. It'll be close. Like,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, especially with the two of us. So we
Right.
got that
Because
salmon.
you got to
That's what
double up.
we
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can. I don't know what the grocery stores are like
Yeah,
out there, but you can try to
yeah,
find like your.
we got Aldi's, Walmart,
Okay.
Sam's Club.
So you got all the normal stuff.
Yeah,
Um, you could look at bulk purchasing like at Costco or whatever. You buy it and have it for a couple weeks. You could freeze it.
yeah, that's
Like you could prep your meal. And freeze it. Put it in the freezer. You know what I mean? Then you have it ahead of time. You just take it out the day before, let it thaw. Then when it's time to eat it, you can cook it. You do have to get a little creative, right? Because when you're eating, especially like you said, the vegetables, um, they go bad. Like it's not like processed food where you have it and it's got an expiration date that's 2 years from now. you know, those vegetables got a week in your crisper before they start getting wilted.
mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you definitely have to be. more cognizant of that. And if you don't like the wasting food because it goes bad is like the worst thing in the world. And so that's why I say like if you can buy it and prep it ahead of time, then you know it's not going to go bad. Um, it just it's just, you got to prep it early. It just takes a little bit more time. But it sets you up in the long run, and it obviously doesn't always have to be this restrictive. Because you can start mixing some stuff in as you, like I said, as you get more understanding of how to eat, you can figure out some different ways to put some stuff in and make it make sense. And I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You'll find a way. I'm sure you already have. You're already doing it, right? Um, but again, kind of like that skin in the game thing. Like if you don't have an incentive to, you won't, right? And so now you have an incentive to find out how to make it work for you. And like I said, at the rate you're going, you've been doing a great job. All right, so just kudos to
Thanks.
you, my brother.
Thanks, appreciate it, man. You make it a lot easier. But today, whew, yeah, that 15 minutes every man, I got to them dang burpees at the end. Whew, my legs was
Hey, if it challenge you, it won't change you, right?
exactly. Yeah, that
Um,
was good.
okay, all right. Do you have any other questions for me?
I think that's about it, bro. I think workout wise, that was it. You
Okay,
got
and
anything
well,
else
here's my last. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Share
you
one.
good. You
Oh,
good.
is my last question for you. Then we can hop off and enjoy the rest of our Saturdays. Um, if you were to talk to somebody who was on the fence about doing the program, what would your advice be?
What my advice be? Somewhat, man. What can I say? It's not just working out. It's a lifestyle change. If you're trying to be better, want to do better, and it helps with planning. And success comes from planning. If we fail to succeed when we don't plan, if we don't have a schedule, if we don't have these things. Sometimes I used to hate that. Man, got to do this same thing, something, but that helps out. That makes it a lot easier when you have a plan to succeed. You always fail when you don't make a plan.
Yeah,
So and and with this it not only helps change me, but my family. My daughter, she quiet. Like any other time, she fussing or whatever. But when she see me and mommy working out, she just watching us. She quiet for that time until we stop. When we stop, hey, y'all ain't moving no more. Okay, I'm gonna move, baby. I'm gonna move. But yeah, a family lifestyle change, and it's really important for both of us to be healthy, but get healthy and stay healthy.
yeah, awesome.
So